me play you a bunch of tapes here that have been sitting on my desk for like a week. And let me see if I can't clear out some of this stuff. All right, first of all, here is a new Baba Booey Price is Right theme in honor of Bob Barker retiring. Okay.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, yeah, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
You like that?
That's crazy.
It's a good one, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I just sent this one over to Fred. This is if Baba Booey ever does anything wrong on the show, you should play this.
If he ever does anything wrong, when would that happen?
Like today.
Yeah, we'll never get to use that.
Boss, I just interviewed Sal and his wife.
On the wrap-up show.
Well, it's not the same as if you did it, but, you know, what was I supposed to do?
Both, I add a new bit on the wrap-up show.
Hey, Gary, come in and say something wrong so I can play the new bit.
I can't think of anything to say wrong.
All right. Well, he will.
But the day is young.
Right. Something wrong will happen. Okay. Oh, here, like Gary walked in a few minutes ago. Did I give you that copy of Michael Moore's new movie? Because Michael Moore is coming in today. Did I give you that copy of Michael Moore's new movie?
Did he?
I go, I never got a copy of the movie. Oh. And I go, oh, where is it? He goes, I'm not saying one came in. And you know he's just covering his ass.
No. I don't think we got it. She said she was going to send it. If we got it, I'd give it to you.
Nah. There's some
Were
screw
you
up.
asking him if he saw it?
Why do you think there's some screw up?
I just know there is.
But why do you think that?
I can tell.
From what?
I can tell when you screw up. And then you do the cover up.
No, I'm not covering up. In fact, I just went and looked at items. She said she was going to send one. We never got it. I looked at items and it didn't come in.
See? Isn't that perfect?
So it already happened.
It's here. Guarantee the movie's here. I just never got to see
But
it.
what did he ask you? Did you get it?
He goes, did you watch Michael Moore's movie, Sicko?
Again, you make shit up as you go along.
So I said,
shush, quiet. I said to Robin, I said to him, did I ever give you a copy of it? Because the publicist wanted to know if he saw it. And Robin, we get so many movies in.
I see, okay.
I just couldn't remember if it came in or not.
All right.
I think Gary was wrong before for not coming in here and at least trying to say something wrong.
right. Well, that's why I had to get this going.
Yeah, you had to pull out what you knew.
Yeah, publicist called. Did you watch that movie yet? I go, no, it's not anything. And I hear him go, I see the wheel. I see smoke coming out of something. He goes, no, I'm not saying it came in. I'm just saying,
Oh.
I like it. It works.
You think Johnny Carson had something similar like D chord of
Ed McMahon. I'm trying to think of other Baba Booey. Fred, what's a good Baba Booey when he did something wrong? I can play this. Do you know any?
Oh, well, the biggest one lately, Robin just referenced, playing the bit on the rap show.
Right, the Sal bit that he thought you were never going to get to.
Oh, yeah. Balls, we played the bit, the phone call Sal made. Well, I told you, it was an example of a bit you didn't play, but I was going to play that. We haven't played it in 3 days, so I figured it's okay to play on the wrap-up show.
Wasn't there a color or something like that he didn't have on one of the sound effects pages? It wasn't like a blue.
Yeah.
You said it was orange, and you said it was brown or something. I forget what.
There's a lot of mini arguments.
Right, like the
but I don't know
tan
if that
versus
merits-
brown.
But I don't know if that merits.
Yeah, it doesn't. Tan
Yeah.
versus brown doesn't merit. But like, this when he comes in and clears his throat in the morning.
You know, it'll be great, too, because there'll be a hot chick in here, to make it even worse, is if he refuses to ever put on the welder's mask.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
That's an offense. Because that offends my audience. Yeah. That's good.
Can't wait for Gary to mess up
Yeah.
so we get to play it.
MSCHINE, McCann. There you go. Okay, thanks. That's a nice one. Who I think Richard made that, or I'm assuming Richard made that.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's great.
You know, Michael Moore used to have a TV show. I forget what it was. The public didn't watch it, but it was so funny. It was every week he'd do like these little documentaries. And
Yes, I remember.
do you remember the one he did where he was showing how black people can get picked up by taxi cabs? So
Yes.
he put circus clowns out on the street to get cabs, and circus clowns got cabs before
Faster.
black people.
It was so great because he put circus clowns, and then like 40 feet down the line, he put the black people first and the circus clowns second. And the cabs went past the black people, picked up the clowns.
Don't you think black people should dress up as clowns, and then they would get car
To me,
rides?
that's a great piece of information for black people to have. You want to get a cab? Listen,
I think that's why you see a lot of black clowns now.
dress up like a clown.
Here he is, Michael Moore. He has a new movie opening up, Sicko, June 29th in theaters everywhere.
Believe it or not, he's not here yet. He's on his way up.
Oh, I thought
he
we
was
were just
here.
prepping him. He's on his way up.
Oh, I actually rushed through Jimmy Fallon because I didn't want Michael to have to sit there and wait.
He's running late. We did not put a note that he's here.
Oh, because somebody said to me that he was on his way up in the elevator when Jimmy was coming up.
Yeah, they thought that. Ronnie thought that. It turned out it wasn't the case.
Yeah, you see? And then I rushed.
Does this?
But that's okay. I got plenty to do.
Does this warrant? I hate to say that.
Yeah, oh, it does.
Does it? I don't.
Oh, absolutely. Let me...
Hey, what's up, Mr. Moore?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
New movie,
Oh, that's what I heard, yeah.
Sicko.
Sicko.
All right. So you're looking forward to talking to Howard about it.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I'm just looking forward to talking to Howard
You and him have always, right this way,
over here.
always been sort of like-minded. You seem to get along, and
Oh, yeah.
why do you think that is?
Well, I think it's because the established order is set up not to be very happy with us. And yet they don't know what to do with us. Because we end up making them money, so they tolerate us, I guess. But if we like the day we stop making them any money, trust me, Howard and I will be right out on the curb with the rest of the trash from this building.
So they may differ on opinion, but at the end of the day, you're making them a buck, so.
Oh yeah, at the end of the day, they really don't have any opinions. They only care about the money they're making. So
The bottom line.
the bottom line. So
All right, great.
anyways,
All right, well, we'll see you inside, and have fun with Howard today.
thank you. Looking forward to it.
Great.
Yeah, Kenny.
Well, I was hoping to say a word to Michael Moore, but in his absence, let me just say that I've been a fan of his since Roger and Me. He's the single, in my view, greatest living patriot. He speaks truth to power. Fuck these whores that are running this country right now because they're dragging us down, and it's people like Michael Moore who are keeping us afloat.
Yeah, I am very proud to know Michael Moore, and I'm proud of his films, and certainly interested in anything he has to say. You know, the conservative guy, Sean Hannity, did a rant on Michael Moore the other day because Michael Moore wants to improve the healthcare system in this country, which is, by the way, my number one bugaboo. My father, too. Yeah. Medicaid and Medicare is the biggest rip-off programs around. No one in the government cares. Nobody gives a shit that no one can get healthcare. So Michael Moore did something very, I think, the premise of the movie Sicko seems very bright. I haven't seen the movie yet, but these guys who were workers at 9/11 on the scene, you know how sick they are from the air and everything. They can't get health care. They can't afford health care in this country. He took them all down to Cuba where they have health care, universal health care kind of thing for their people.
You know, the prisoners in Guantanamo are getting better care. That's his point.
Yeah, he took them down there and they all got the proper health care.
Howard,
Yeah.
the fact is, there's no more powerful a lobby than health and insurance, and the government is in their back pocket. And it's only people like Michael Moore who can cut through that crap and expose these whores for what they are.
It is a fabulous thing. There is nobody in our government trying to really and truthfully reform health care.
No.
Health care is a nightmare.
and when
in this
they try,
you
they
know
get
what
their
they're worried
asses
about?
handed to
The
them.
merger between XM and Sirius.
Right.
That's what they're sitting
Yeah,
and worried
got
about.
their eye on that.
This
for sure.
merger is. We really don't need you. We can talk about it.
You just sit there.
You can leave.
Anyway, thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Okay, this merger. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
This merger between XM and Sirius, they are spending so much time on it. The merger between AT&T and Exxon and Mobil, they didn't spend this much time on. And this is what I'm talking about. Healthcare, who gives a shit? Nobody cares. So you bring these people down there to Cuba,
Right.
and they get healthcare.
Right.
Now, I understand in your new movie, they have a guy, he's got no health care in this country. Mm-hmm. He's a factory worker or something, gets 2 fingers cut off. He's got to sit there and say, the doctors give him a choice.
Right.
If I have this wrong, tell me.
That is
I'm wrong.
correct. Right.
The doctors give him a choice in the movie. They say to him, look, for 12 grand, we can put back your ring finger. And for 60 grand, we can put back your middle finger.
Right.
So which one are you going to choose?
Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's crazy. Now, why are you a bad guy to Sean Hannity for trying to improve that?
We should not admit that these things go on.
Well, and then in the film, I go to Canada and I run into a guy who actually sawed off all 5 of his fingers, and he had all his fingers put right back on, free of charge. The operation took 24 hours. I mean, they had like 4 surgeons and all this. And the poor guy out in Oregon that you mentioned, he had to pick between which finger because he couldn't afford both.
Which finger did he choose?
He chose the cheaper finger, the ring finger.
Why is the ring finger cheaper to attach than the middle finger?
That's a good question. I don't know.
It's expensive to say fuck you to people.
It's I don't know.
That the smaller the finger, the harder it is to
but
do.
it's only smaller by. If this is 12,000 and this is 60,000, you're telling me this is 48,000?
Doesn't that point up?
That one doesn't do as much.
Doesn't that point up how silly sometimes the healthcare system can get? That one finger is 12 grand and the other one. How do they determine that price?
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean,
are you telling me that this guy shows up to the hospital and both fingers are with him? He had the foresight to bring both fingers with him.
The tops of both fingers are sawed off, so he has them both with him on ice.
And someone was willing to say to them, listen, we're not going to sew both back on. You're going to have to choose.
Right. I think there was something in the middle finger that required some kind of microsurgery that they would have to bring somebody in from another town right away. It was going to cost, so they had to get a helicopter or something. I don't know what it was, but the cost of it was going to be a lot more.
I see. So the other one could have been done locally.
Yeah, and I think the ring finger still had a little bit of cartilage or something still hanging there where it was easier to attach or whatever.
This is heartbreaking to you, I imagine, and anyone else, because you look at that and you go, for the rest of his life, he's missing his finger.
Simply because he didn't have health insurance.
Now you could make the argument, hey, go get a job and get health insurance. That's what I'm sure the Sean Hannitys are going to say. But there are people who suffer who don't have the wherewithal to get health insurance.
He has a job. In fact, there's about 47 million people that don't have health insurance in this country. The vast majority of them are working people, because if you're poor, as you mentioned, there's Medicaid.
Right.
So we're not talking about the really poor here. We're talking about working stiffs who are living from paycheck to paycheck. And if you have to buy health insurance, you could pay $1,000 a month. You could pay $2,000 a month if you have a family.
Now, Sean Hannity, I'm only using him because I have tape in, but you got a lot of critics. But Sean Hannity, I thought the Republicans are supposed to be for the people and the working guy and stuff.
The compassionate
conservative. And why would he be against a film like that? Okay, he disagrees with you about 9/11. He disagrees about the Iraq War. He disagrees about, but this he disagrees with you about?
I know. It really kind of it shows the pathological nature of this hatred, especially toward me, I guess, because I've made a nonpartisan film, and I say, right up front, this is not a Democrat or Republican issue.
No, of course not.
If you get sick, the sickness doesn't care what your political stripe is.
That's right.
And I've said, can't we have our political differences, but find some common ground on this issue? Can't we all say we're all Americans, and everybody, if you get sick, you have a right to see a doctor?
Talk about the level of hatred directed toward you. Now, whenever I open up the New York Post and they do a cartoon of you, you're grotesque. Yeah. Your arms are little tiny arms. Yeah. You're the size of a balloon. They love to ridicule you. Yeah. I would imagine. Do you get a lot of death threats? Are you in fear for losing your life?
No. Yes and no. yes, I get a lot of threats.
How do you handle that? Do you travel with an entourage, a bodyguard?
No. I've noticed since I've been on the tour this week, the studio has had these security guys around. So I said, "Do you know something I don't know?"
Right. Well, because people get angry. I think they get riled up from the Post and Fox News.
Well, it's the
they do.
level
They're supposed
of the
to hate
argument.
you.
Not just
level of the argument, because it's a personal attack. They don't
Right.
attack what you're
Well,
saying.
it's not just.
Why do you think you're so hated?
I don't know. I've thought about this. It's like, what have I done in these films? I've talked about, geez, I wish there were less school shootings.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, these are not controversial topics per
I
se.
wish people in Detroit weren't losing their jobs.
Exactly. Or can somebody in the media please ask Mr. Bush to make sure there are those weapons of mass destruction before we?
I mean, 60 Minutes is not. 60 Minutes is hailed, and the reporters are revered, and yet for some reason you bring out just people are disgusted with you.
Yeah,
and I don't get it. I see you as a patriotic man.
I think what's bothered them is that with each film, I triple or quadruple the number of people that go to see it, and the fan base has grown quite large.
Is this a lot of pressure for you?
And no, not really. I'm happy that more people are able to see my stuff.
Your last film, which was of course genius, Fahrenheit 9/11,
yeah.
was brilliant, but it made $125 million. I'm going to say.
Right, that's correct. Yeah.
Do you feel like? I think the film cost about how much did it cost to make Fahrenheit?
I think it was about $5 million.
$5 million.
Yeah.
It made a lot of money.
Yeah.
Do you feel that sense of pressure as a filmmaker now that you've got to come through? I know the Weinsteins paid how much money for this? $25 million for this film?
And this one cost $9 million.
$9 million to
Yeah,
make, but
yeah.
they paid you $25 million to own it. And now when it's released, are you like, oh my God, Sicko's got to now make $150 million? I mean, that's a pretty hard task for a documentary.
Yeah, it's not going to do that. I can't imagine it doing. It was a big election year and everything. I can't imagine that this would be anywhere near that. No, I don't feel any. I just set out to make these movies. I do my best. I hope people go see them. You were talking earlier. I mean, I love this country. That's
course.
why I do this.
I'm looking to
because
leave.
I think.
Where else
no.
could you do this anyway?
Right. You do this in Cuba, and you recognize that, but
Right,
you're
and
saying,
and I've said that. I mean, if I were living in Cuban, or if I was a Cuban, I'd be Castro's worst nightmare.
Right.
So
have you put to sleep? I mean, that would be it. But that's not what you're saying. You're saying I live in a country where a guy has to make a choice between which finger to put back on. Maybe I can improve that system.
Right. Exactly.
Why is that threatening?
I don't, Howard. I wish I could. It's not like there's pictures of me standing behind the North Vietnamese anti-artillery gun.
Right.
Right, yeah.
You're not doing that. I'm not. And
We don't have Hanoi Mike.
But why? But why haven't we learned our lesson from that? Why haven't we learned that in Vietnam, where all the old codgers were sending the young people off to die, why is it we can't respect the person who is a renegade? Why can't we respect the person who says, I want to make things better?
Well, Howard, look, you're a perfect example of this. Clearly, they've gone after you forever.
I don't understand either, but I hate it as well.
Right.
I felt that hatred, but I know with you it's 10 times even more.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's crazy, but it's as if you hadn't achieved the popularity that you had, they probably would just sort of said, "Oh, to hell with them," and we're not going to pay any attention to them. But what happens is, as more and more people, become fans of yours, that makes them more crazy. And so, Bowling for Columbine, it grossed $21 million, as you said. Fahrenheit 9/11, 120. So they see something like that happen, and they go, "Oh my God, we must stop the children of America from listening to this man."
Maybe it comes with success. You talk about success with you, and your films have done well. And it's funny, once in a while I'll see you in a news clip or something, and you're like stepping out of a limousine or something. And I'm wondering, I go, people even hate Michael for that.
Well, yeah, then he's reviled for actually having made money.
Like if you put a suit on and if you step out of a limousine, then you're a fat cat, so to speak.
Right.
And then,
but isn't that the very thing that they want us all to become? That they support making money and doing that, and then you succeed, and they go, "How dare he make money?"
He made money.
And then suddenly they sound like the communists.
Right.
Are you a victim of your own success? That you have to wear the baseball cap and the T-shirt, you can't dress up, you can't be in a limo, that you can't even I don't even know.
No, I don't give a fuck because listen, if you come from the working class, if you come from a factory town like Flint, Michigan, the fact that someday you'd be able to ride the limo, that's kind of a cool thing. Yeah. You don't go, oh, I'll never ride in that limo.
But they'll criticize you for that, won't they? When they go, look at him riding in a limo, and he's supposed to be a man of the people.
Well, I've read things in the Post that says he demands limos. That's what you read later, that now he won't walk anywhere.
Yeah. I read something once, and I just thought it was really weird because it seems like they're out to get him. The Post said that he went to like a book signing and pretended to walk away, and then got in his limo like 3 blocks away because he wanted everybody to see him getting in.
That kind of stuff.
Well, the fact that I would walk 3 blocks right there, you can see that's a lie.
What's good? Now, someone told me that you're going to fat camp.
No, actually, I was halfway through making this movie, and I started thinking, one of the ways to avoid this shitty system is to take care of yourself,
right?
Because a lot of people's illnesses are a result of
obesity,
not moving, lifestyle stuff, environmental stuff, and you can change a lot of that,
right?
And so I just started eating differently, and not a big deal. I mean, guys like me could never figure out how to go on a diet, and I never will.
It's impossible.
And you're not.
Were you always heavy? Were you heavy as a kid?
Oh yeah. You'll never see me in a spinning class or.
You will never go for a jog.
No.
What?
Oh no. But I have found that just by walking more and just by going for a walk every day, I've dropped 30 pounds in the last 3 months.
No kidding.
And,
I was going to say he looked slimmer to me when he walked.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
you're walking. Have you changed your diet around?
Yeah. What I do is I eat a few more fruits and vegetables,
right?
Like Mom said to do, and
Artie is struggling right now as well, and he even turned to me and said, "I got to do something." So maybe this is it.
Dr. Ronnie wants to get a hold of Artie.
Yeah, and Michael Moore. I bet Dr. Ronnie would love to talk to Michael.
the thing. How's that going, by the way? I was
very well.
listening last week. You're doing okay.
Yeah.
And
she's how much weight have you lost now?
20 pounds.
20 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
I happen
It
to have a
hasn't
copy.
been 3 weeks yet.
Oh, look at you with your copy.
I happen to have a copy. I'll do Dr. Ronnie a favor. 21 pounds in 21
Yeah,
days.
Artie just hit 300, so he's getting nervous.
Here's the key thing. This is the trick I found is that if you should eat foods that are heavy in weight.
Light in calories.
Yes, because then you feel full. People that get the gastric bypass and all that,
you won't do that.
No. You can do that naturally just by giving your stomach a full feeling. So eat oatmeal in the morning because that's heavy.
Microwave potatoes work for me.
Oh, potatoes. That has become my new, because you can't. A potato's just 100 calories.
Right.
How many baked potatoes can you eat?
That's right.
You could barely get through the second one.
That's right.
But you'd only have 200 calories.
Right.
Whereas if I reached into a handful of Planters peanuts, there's 200 calories right there. That's not going to fill you up.
Right.
A handful of peanuts. 2 baked potatoes.
What are you, a junk food guy? You like?
No, I probably, I don't know. My friends say, geez, I don't ever really see you eat that much. I just think I got predisposed as a kid. I'm just
you're not a chazer. You don't sit there and consume.
No, I don't sit there with a bag of Doritos and just eat away.
Right.
But it's the lack of movement too. That's the other thing. You got to get up, move around.
What about the sex life? Artie complains now he has to have sex on his back. He lays on his back.
Is that true, Artie?
No, I didn't say that.
You told me that's your favorite position since you got heavy.
What guy doesn't have that as a favorite position? I told you I happen to be a weird guy in the sense that I like being on top of a woman and fucking, putting her ankle in her ear and showing her she was someplace where she shouldn't have been that night in my house.
Do you find that your sexual life is impeded in some way because of the weight?
No, I have been. I don't really want to go there, but I've been very fortunate to be with the same woman for
a long time.
25, 26 years. Yeah.
Firm erections, guys. Is that it? All right, good. All right.
A lot of that is also your mental state and how you're feeling about life in general, and so.
So getting back to movies and you and your life and all that stuff. So you make these films. you hope for the best. And I feel for you because you make films that are serious, that change the world, and then all of a sudden you got to sit and worry about the box office gross. You know what I mean? In a way. And you got guys who are helping you, actually, by complaining that you went to Cuba. The government is now looking into you. This is who they're investigating.
Yeah.
Michael Moore. They're not investigating.
Well, nobody was responsible for 9/11. Nobody was responsible for,
Right.
you know, any of the other tragedies that happened, Katrina. But we've got to find out how did Michael Moore get to Cuba?
Yeah. Now, I personally don't care how you got to Cuba, but doesn't this help the movie in a way, in the sense?
Well, you would think that they would be crazy to come after me like they have before the movie opens, because it only tells people about the movie. But but then I don't know how to explain it, because you think if they were smart, but then that stops you right there, because if they were smart,
right.
I mean, these people can't run anything. I mean, they don't. I mean, we're in the 5th year of this war, and our parents. You're. I don't know if your dad was in World War II. My dad was in World War II. They defeated the Nazis, the Japanese, and the Italians in less time than it's taken us to secure the road from the airport to downtown Baghdad.
Why is
we
that?
still haven't secured the road yet?
Why is that?
Why is that?
Because you have people that are idiots that don't know how to run anything in charge.
Right.
I mean, we went to war with a commander-in-chief that knew nothing about war. If you were on a football team, would you have a quarterback that you go, hey, let's get a quarterback from the forensics team? You want
someone who was in the game once.
Yeah, at least once.
This is amazing. It's an amazing time we live in. Do you think this is the worst time in the history of the world?
I think it's pretty bad.
Are we going down? I mean, is it good? I mean, it seems like the world is more evil. There's more danger in the world.
You know what sucks is that the world now, their attitude toward us is not good, and yet
They hate us.
Except we're good people, and they like us as individuals. If you meet people from other countries, they like us as
they hate our government.
But they don't understand. How are you letting this continue?
The war in Iraq was the biggest mistake that's ever been committed in our world, because we had the world on our side after we invaded Afghanistan.
I think it's worse than a mistake. I think they knew exactly that they were perpetrating a lie on the American people. And Howard,
I agree with you.
What is the worst crime against humanity than lying to a country to take them to war? I mean, it'd be right up there with genocide, slavery. I mean,
well, these guys they didn't know about war, but they knew about oil, and they're oil people.
They thought they'd get the oil.
Well, this is a stupid way to go get oil, don't you think? Now that everybody's fighting on the way to it.
All I can tell you is that as bad as the war is, the healthcare system is even more messed up.
Well, the sad thing is that people who have fought and died for this country, people who build this country, can't get taken care of.
Right.
But wait a second. When you go, but let me just get this thought out. When you go to Cuba.
Yeah. Now, let me just get this straight. I didn't go to Cuba. I went to Gitmo. Right. That's the thing that Hannity and all these guys have got fucked up. That I went to Gitmo because I was watching. This Senator Frist, he was flipping through one day. He's on C-SPAN talking about, hey, we treat the detainees down there really good. The Al Qaeda guys. Huh. They get full, free, universal health care. And he pulls out a list and he goes, here's how many teeth cleanings we've done. Here's how many root canals we've done for the Al Qaeda detainees. Here's how many colonoscopies. And he's got the whole list of stuff. And I'm going, wow. So the guys who helped to plot 9/11 got free universal health care and teeth cleanings.
And the guys who went
down to save lives on that day, who are now suffering from breathing all that stuff, can't get any health care. How fucked up is that?
Yeah,
it's
what's
way
wrong
fucked
with
up.
that?
And how can you be against looking at that?
Right, so I said, I'm going to load them on a boat, and we're going to sail down right into Gitmo, right into Guantanamo Bay, and demand that the rescuers of 9/11 get the same help that the 9/11 perpetrators are getting.
So when the guys criticize you, Senator Thompson, or whatever his name was, he criticized you. The guy running for president now. The actor.
Yeah.
How in God's name do they rationalize attacking you? I mean, why are they attacking you for showing this? And you pointed out this guy Thompson smokes Cuban cigars, right?
Right. Yes.
Now he's not supposed to have those.
How does he get those? Now, are you in danger of going to jail?
For what?
Yeah, that's what they have. The Bush administration has informed. They've sent me the certified letter to tell me that I'm under investigation, facing criminal and civil penalties because the law says American citizens can't travel to Cuba and you can't do trade in Cuba. And so, but a journalist can go to Cuba, and that's what a documentary is. But what they're claiming is that I took down film that had no worth because it was blank.
Right.
Filmed scenes down there, and as a result now it has worth because my films make $100 million. So therefore it's like bringing back 10,000 Cuban cigars. If I go down there and shoot film, bring it back here.
So they got you in some sort of weird thing.
Well, not only that if you brought back 10,000 Cuban cigars, they'd confiscate them, and the fear with our lawyers is that they may try to confiscate the film before it opens, claiming that it was a violation of the Trade Embargo Act.
They've probably learned their lesson not to do that because that
I hope so. Well, I made a negative copy of the film and got it out of the country and sent it to some friends in Canada who are holding it for me.
I was going to open this up to phone calls in a second, but you know our director is a Fox News devotee, Scott DePace.
Oh, is he out there chomping at the bit?
He's out there screaming and calling Michael names. I want to hear what he has to say. You ready for this?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. I cannot imagine his objection to this film.
He always objects. It doesn't matter what Michael does.
Michael Moore's Sicko opens June 29th in theaters everywhere, and all of Michael's films, as you know, have been incredible. So,
well, I think the reason politicians might go against Michael, and these are why politicians sometimes have an empty head, he's become a buzzword. You know what I mean? You say you're anti-Michael Moore,
but think about what he's done.
Right, they don't care about that. It's just say you're anti-Michael Moore, and they
films,
get,
I think the majority of the American public now agrees with these films.
Yeah, they do. Right, 70% of the country's against the war.
You're a little bit ahead of your time. That's the problem.
But
here he is. All right, Scott, go ahead. This is our director's
listen, I don't really have much to say to you. I
hope
know
not.
I'm watching this. I'm listening to this whole interview, and a lot of things you say drive me crazy.
Like what?
Like
Name
what?
two.
Well, the example of the guy with the two fingers or whatever.
Right.
So, what is your answer to that? What should it be? The guy just gets that for free?
That's right. That's
for total free. So why don't you buck up the money?
Just
then?
I
take
do.
all the money for the war in Iraq. I guarantee everyone could have their fingers sewn on for free.
Dude, the war in Iraq, and that's another one. We're going for oil. What a crazy, stupid
It's
statement!
absolutely
that is.
true. You don't. Cheney
what, were you
and
gonna
Bush
back up
are in
a
the
truck?
oil industry.
Yeah.
They know they're friends with Saudi Arabia. This was a
How
play
exactly
for
were we
oil
going
in
to
the
do
Middle
that?
East.
How exactly were we going to do that?
We
Just
would
pull
have
up a
friendly
tanker?
No, that's not how it works. You have business. Listen, what do you think Halliburton and all these guys Cheney knows? These guys all are in bed together. Saudi Arabia is our
So wait a minute.
Our pal,
Let me get this
Bush's
straight.
pal. You saw that in Michael's last movie.
Are you really saying that the president is sitting back there and go, you know what? We will kill probably a lot of people, but I don't care.
think
I'm
he
going to get
thought
rich off of that.
I don't think he thought for a minute that this would be a difficult war.
Right, in
I
and
think
out.
he thought we'd be in and out. Saddam Hussein. Remember, he thought the people were going to be cheering when we went in there.
And
they
that
did no research.
And you would think that would
they
be
knew
true.
Nothing of what was going on. It wasn't a simple play.
You would think that would be true only if you didn't study the region.
Oh, please. You guys are
My
all
God,
looking at it with a crystal
plenty
ball.
Of people, there were plenty of reports.
But you don't need
Just
to
like-
be. Would you
just
admit we don't need to be in Iraq? I mean, do you admit that was a
Now,
waste of
looking
time?
back, sure, maybe
okay,
we
at
shouldn't,
least you
but-
do that.
But Scott, you know there were plenty of reports that said the place would dissolve into sectarian violence.
And there were plenty of reports that said Saddam had these weapons.
All right, what is your
massacred. It
problem with
wasn't a
Sicko
big
the
thing.
movie?
And
Get back to Michael
Hussein
Moore.
told us
Can I ask
himself
him a
that it would be
question?
a
Yes, ask him
bitter
a question.
I want to
pill
ask you a
swallow.
question. I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
You asked me about the guy with the fingers. What should we just do? Let him have those fingers back for free. Let's take same man. Okay, let's take him. Same man. All of a sudden, his house is on fire. All right. Should we just let the fire department go
No.
there and
No.
put out that house fire for free?
No, because we've set up a system that
He
says
doesn't have to pay to have the house, his
Well,
house,
answer the-
the fire
I'm
put out,
trying
right?
to.
Why do people whose homes go on fire get free care?
because
from the
we've
fire
all
department?
decided that we should
We've
have things
socialized.
as
We've
a
socialized the fire
because it's
department.
impossible for one man to fight a home.
Don't you think
a house
firefighters
fire.
would get a lot more money if when they showed up at the house, they turned to you and say, "Listen, putting out this fire is going to cost you $1 million."
Before we save your kid
What
who's on
if-
fire upstairs.
Let me ask you this
You know
one.
Which
what?
kid
If I-
it means more?
Howard,
It's going
if
to
I
be
were-
30,000 to save the one.
So let me ask you. So if we all got together on that, is there a way that maybe we could all get together to make health care a little more affordable for people?
Possibly, but people like you are going to have to pay a lot more
But
tax.
why are you dead set against that thought?
I'm not. It
And
just
why would I
seems
have
like,
to pay more tax? Maybe if my taxes weren't thrown out the fucking
We got
window.
a whole war going.
What
We're
if?
not
Let
paying
me ask
tax.
this: what if?
Yeah.
Well, you
Well,
would have
don't
to
ask
pay
me
more
about a
tax.
war. I'm
What
paying
if a
more
guy?
taxes.
What if a guy needs a new heart and it's $1 million? Should that be free?
It shouldn't be $1 million operation. I told you.
All right, let's just say it's 200,000.
Well, let's say,
what level is
do
too
you have
much
kids?
for you?
Do
Yes,
have
I have 2 kids. Yeah,
And let's say it was your son.
Yeah.
And he needed a heart.
Listen.
And it cost $1 million. Do you think that he should have that heart?
no. Not for free.
Your
Listen.
own son?
Listen here. It's very easy.
Whoa.
Michael,
These guys are hardcore.
it's very easy.
He's Sean Hannity's.
Michael, listen.
He wants to blow Sean Hannity.
It's very easy to think this grand utopia that you live in and everything is going to be just easy. It's not that simple. It happens to be capitalism. That's what it is. Howard has a better
Scott,
car,
he's talking
a better
about
house.
improving. He's about
because of what
improving
he-
the system for everyone.
and
That's all.
improving. That's fine. Well, let's look at the court system and.